Hello, nieces and niestos. How are you today? Welcome back to the channel. I want to thank you guys for coming back to the channel. I'm SavingsFashionista. She is I and I am her. And over here we do mainly things fragrance, whether it's body or home. And today we are going to start a series, you guys. And it's going to be what I wore this week. So if you're interested in hearing about all the fragrances that I wore this week, please stay tuned. All right, so today is Saturday, and my plan is that I present to you all what I wore this week moving forward, and I present it to you all either that Saturday or Sunday. Sometimes Saturdays get a little crazy and I don't have time to do the video, or I may have to do it in pieces. And I want to give a big shout out to one of my favorites here. Her name is simply Aisha. I'll leave her linked below, but she is a great content creator for fragrance. I follow her on Instagram, and over here I love her channel. I love her demeanor. She is just so serene and tranquil. She just brings peace. I really like her, but I watch her when I catch up. Sometime I binge watch them, what she wore this week. And for the most part, the way she do hers, she do like snippets of videos day for day. And I do post my scent of the day or my fragrance of the day on Instagram. So what I'll do, I'll probably just put some clippings in of what I did, but I'll come on the end of the week or the beginning of the next week to let you know each fragrance that I wore. So let's just get right into it. All right, so starting with Sunday of this week, today is Saturday, I think September the 23rd. Can remember because it's my sister's birthday, so I want to give a shout out to her. Happy birthday, sister. I love you. And also it is the Santa Maria's wedding day, so I am so excited and happy for her. I followed her when her and Head Elf were just dating. I was there when she got engaged, and she's talked about her planning and all of that, so very excited for her. So go over to her channel. I'm sure you know about her. She's a part of the fragrance calendar community, and give her some well wishes. But my sister, I wish you happiness to infinity, and that God bless you and your Head Elves union. All right, so let's just get right into this video. All right, so on Sunday, it was like a lay around the house day. I didn't really go anywhere. I can't even remember. Did I go anywhere? I don't think I left the house Sunday. So Sunday, I sprayed this on. This is Glossier's You, and this is a very minimalistic fragrance. This fragrance is supposed to be designed where the fragrance, when you spray it, it meshes in with your personal body pheromones. There are very limited fragrance notes in here. It has an iris note in it, and it has a synthetic note, which is ambroxan, and it has pink pepper in here. But it's a really pretty fragrance. You don't smell it after about maybe 20 minutes. But I have gotten compliments after where people say you smell nice. So like I said, the fragrance is designed to mesh in with your body chemistry and kind of like develop into a unique fragrance per person. This is a really nice layering fragrance also. So Sunday, my fragrance was Glossier's You. All right, now moving on to Monday. That's the beginning of my work week, you guys, and it's the beginning of the work week for most people that probably work in corporate or, you know, companies that are just ran Monday through Friday. So Monday, the beginning of my work week, and this was totally inspired with all the hype that the fragrance community experience with the latest announcement of the KayAli release. So I was really in a KayAli mood. It really doesn't take much. I am a big fan of KayAli and Mona Katan. So I just want to thank you, Mona, for everything that you contribute to the fragrance community. And I like Mona so much because she is so personable. it seems like she's like the girl up the street, just my next door neighbor, or maybe the girl I probably went to school with, or whatever. She is just that personable, and I love that about Mona. But on Monday, I did a combination, and I did the KayAli Yum Pistachio. And let me see if I can kill the lighting a little bit so you can see. But if you can see the dent, it's a serious dent. It's under half gone. So this is the dent in my KayAli Yum Pistachio. And of course, this has that pistachio gelato note. It has that marshmallow, and it has cotton candy. It is definitely an airy, sweet, gourmand fragrance that I wanted to pair with this Van Cleef's and Arpel. Van Cleef's and Arpel, it is a gourmand, in my opinion, too, slash floral, because you definitely get that vanilla note in it, but it's something about a violet note that tends to like take over or dominate a fragrance. So these two together were a hit. They just meshed really well together. The floral notes were not too much to offset this, so it was just really nice. I really enjoyed it. The dark chocolate that is in here, it really complemented the cotton candy and the marshmallow note. So really enjoyed these. If you have these two, I would recommend that you try these. So again, this is Yum Pistachio by KayAli, and this is Orchidee Vanille by Van Cleef's and Arpel. Now moving on into Tuesday, still in my KayAli mode. Was the announcement on Tuesday or was it on Wednesday? I can't quite remember, but we knew that something was in the pipelines. But she did an official, reveal. She showed us. It's a whole collection, you guys. So keep your eyes out. It has not been released in the States yet, but I think the release date is October 1 on the Huda Beauty site. But you know how sneaky Sephora can be. So just watch out, because if I know it's going to be launched. I know it was launched in Sephora over in the Middle East. So I'm sure it'll be launched here in the States too. So Sephora, sometimes they'll accidentally release something. So just look out if you're interested in that whole experience that I'm excited about. So on Tuesday, we're transitioning into the fall, coming out of summer into fall. And I'm definitely feeling the difference in the weather, the climate, and just the atmosphere. So I'm happy about that, because I do not like just this extremely hot weather that we have here in my region. It just gets so hot. So what I did was, I have 3 fragrances, but this is not the actual EDP. This is the Soleil Blanc, and this is a coconut fragrance, and I did not realize that this fragrance had pistachio until I looked up on Fragrantica the fragrance notes. But the fragrance notes and the shimmering body oil are the same as the fragrances in the EDP. So this has coconut, and it has the pistachio note, but it also has ylang ylang. So the main thing that I smell in this fragrance is the coconut and the ylang ylang. It is a really nice sultry summer type of fragrance. So what I did, I used this as a baser, and then I went in with the KayAli Utopia Vanilla Coco, and this is a similar type vibe as this, but this is more white floral, so it has a little bit more florals in it than the actual the Soleil Blanc. So this is beautiful. This is my favorite coconut fragrance. It was last year and even this past summer, my favorite. So definitely summer, hot vacation, yacht vibes. You get that. So I said to just kind of like transition that fall and bring it on in. I paired it with the Love Feast Burning Cherry. I started to pair it with the apple, but I just felt like a cherry would go better. So I paired it with the Burning Cherry, and this has notes of raspberry, cherry. It has the Palo Santos, Oud Wood, and some patchouli, and it was a hit. It was really nice. So the next time I pair it, I am going to pair it with the Eat and Juicy Apple. But again, this is what I wore on Tuesday. So this was hump day. Hump day, hump day, hump day. And hump day, you guys, that is definitely a day where I try my best to really think about my fragrance, because it's sometimes that I just need that and that little extra push. So hump day fragrance, it was from the house of Tom Ford. And you know the DNA of Tom Ford. Tom Ford comes and Tom Ford delivers, even if it doesn't stay long. So my fragrance combination from Tom Ford were these two. I combined the Electric Cherry with the Oud Wood. Now, the Electric Cherry, it has my favorite Jasmine Sambac in it. It is totally different from Lost Cherry. Not as good as the Cherry Smoke, which I wish I had gotten, but that is on my wish list, so I do plan on getting it soon. But this is a very beautiful, airy, floral-like cherry. Very pretty. And Oud Wood, actually, when I bought this, the SA at the sex counter, the Tom Ford sex counter, actually recommended that I try this, and she actually gave me a sample of it along with the cherry smoke. This does pair better, in my opinion, with the cherry smoke, but it works for this as well. And this right here, this is a very safe oud. Even still thinking about KayAli, because you know the collection is Oudgasm. This is a very safe oud. Now, oud is kind of intimidating for most people, and I have to say, even myself, with my sinus issues and all the stuff that I have going on, oud fragrances, dominating oud fragrances is really not things that I tend to lean towards. But this one right here, this is a very safe beginner's oud. It is a woody, airy type of oud, really nice. It does have more of a masculine DNA, but I think that it's befitting for a female. Very nice oud. So good. So when she gave me the sample, I liked it, but I couldn't say that I liked it enough to like, okay, I'll purchase that. But I was over there checking out my girl EVE, the Eve Effect, and I think this was like on one of her top lists. I don't know if it was like a Tom Ford list or her for life. I can't remember, but when she featured this, I was like, okay, yeah, I've sampled it, and maybe I need to get a bottle so I could experience it a little more. So this was my hump day fragrance for this week. So again, my fragrance combination for Wednesday was Electric Cherry by Tom Ford and Oud Wood by Tom Ford. All right, so we're getting closer to the end of the work week, you guys. And on Thursday, my fragrance, I kept it not simple, but I didn't do any combining, but I did want to wear this fragrance in isolation, because honestly, when I purchased this fragrance, I purchased it really out of curiosity. And it really wasn't so much curiosity, because I have had quite a few samples. I have gotten samples and packages. They've given them to me when I've gone to my fragrance counters. So I knew what to expect from the fragrance, but I needed the full bottle, because I kind of want to do like this comparison of things that other content creators have mentioned. And I'm just curious to see what it's really given. But my fragrance for Thursday was the Mason Francis Kurkdjian Gentle Fluidity Gold. And a lot of people, when I posted this on my community tab and on Instagram, people were inquiring about the purple juice. Now, when I first heard about Gentle Fluidity Gold, maybe 2.5, 3 years ago, when I seen it, the juice wasn't purple. I don't know if I saw a bottle that had to be macerated or it had to get some shelf life. I don't really know. But this bottle, you can see the juice is purple, and I have seen other content creators or people who shared their bottles in recent time, their fragrance is purple as well. But I have seen them where the fragrance was like a light gold color. So I don't know if there was a change in the formulation in production, or if it just has to develop to this color. But I did make this purchase off of Lucky Scents, so it did not come from like Mason Francis Kurkdjian. So I'm not really sure. Far as authenticity, I'm not worried about that with Lucky Scents. So it is authentic. So it could be that the formulation has changed. I don't know. But this is a beautiful fragrance. This fragrance, it does put me in the mind of a couple of fragrances that are in my collection currently. And I'm trying to wrap my mind around how I want to present that, because I do want to continue to experience them and compare them. But this is a beautiful fragrance, and I got so many compliments that day. And I was afraid that the fragrance was not going to last as long. But this fragrance, it gave me about 6 hours that I could smell it projecting without having to do a skin to nose or skin to clothes contact. But it's a beautiful fragrance. The fragrance notes in here, you have some nutmeg, which I don't know if I know what nutmeg smell like, but you do have that juniper note. There's definitely some musk, vanilla, and amber, but I'm almost willing, I just want to say it's rose in here, but it's rose is not listed as one of the notes on the Mason Francis Kurkdjian website, nor was it listed on the notes on Fragrantica. So I'm not really sure, but let me know what you think about the Gentle Fluidity Go. Do you think that there's some hidden rose in here? But I wore this on Thursday, really enjoyed it, got compliments. As you can see, it already has like a little dent in it because I did make me a decant of this and Baccarat Rouge, because I like to wear that as a mix, and I just haven't kind of like wore it yet. But sometimes I'll just go ahead and decant things and have them already ready when I decide to wear it. So again, this is Gentle Fluidity Gold by Mason Francis Kurkdjian. All right, so end of the work day, which was yesterday, which was Friday, and I saw this somewhere on Instagram. It could have been a YouTube short, and I apologize, I don't remember the name. A lot of times, you guys, I'm really just trying to capture the content, and sometimes I just don't get the name. But hey girl, if you are in here and this was created or published by you, thank you, because I really enjoyed it. So I paired the KayAli Wedding Silk Santal with the Parfums de Marly Oriana. Now, the Silk Santal, it has notes of sparkling champagne, white freesia, pink praline, lust nectar, sandalwood, and sugared musk. Now, this baby right here, she is a sweet goddess. She has a very strong high note of mandarin. She has some raspberry, she has whipped cream, and she has that marshmallow note. Now, you're probably wondering, and I didn't create this, I just wanted to try it, but it goes well together. So this complements this, and this complements this. They just went really well together. But I must honestly say that as far as the lasting power of what I could smell, and I don't know as far as yielding, how much you spray of this or spray of that, that does have a lot to do when you're mixing fragrances together. But this right here, I could smell this throughout the entire day. But when I initially applied this, I could smell it maybe 2 or 3 hours in combination with this. I could still smell this in the background, but after, you know, the extent of my day, I only could smell this. So this is a question that is asked when I do share my combinations, what I spray on first. Sometimes there's really no rhyme or reason. Sometimes I do think about how I want to spray it or what I feel should go on first or last. But a lot of times I just spray the next one, spray the next one until I feel comfortable with it. But I'll try to keep that in mind, how I applied it, which one I applied first or second, or how much I applied of the other, because that is a question that is asked. But really enjoyed that fragrance cocktail. It lasted all the way until yesterday evening. I posed a question on Instagram: what's your favorite or your go-to date night fragrance? And I also made a comment that I tend to think more about the fragrance that I'm going to wear than the attire. Fashionista, and I love fragrance too, so that should come just as easy. But that just comes kind of easy for me. So I already knew what I was going to wear. It was very informal. So I had my little jeans, my off the shoulder shirt, and I didn't even put on heels. I put on a pair of my Millers, and but I still looked really cute. But I was thinking about it like, what am I going to wear? What fragrance am I going to wear? So I decided I couldn't decide between the two, so I just combined two bosses. And I paired my Greenwich Village, and I started off with my Greenwich Village body silk. And Greenwich Village, it has fragrance notes of lychee, it has some cashews in it, it has some praline in it, it also has this oak moss in it. But even having that praline and tonka, this is not a gourmand in any way forward fragrance, in my opinion. It doesn't even give me fruity vibes. It definitely gives me like a fresh, woody vibe. It's it's the freshness that you get from it, as well as that oak moss. I do have a thing with oak moss. I really enjoy it, but this is so, so good. This is my second bottle of this. I had this Bond number 9 when it was only in the 3.3, because a lot of their fragrance will come out in the larger size and then they'll eventually put it in the 1.7. So I got this as a part of the Luxe kit or the Luxe set, but I owned this when it was the 3.3. So this is my second time around, and it's probably a for life because I really do like this fragrance. But I paired it with none other than Baccarat Rouge 540. And yes, the dent is real. This is bottle number 2. And I almost need bottle number 3. But I think before I get another of the original one, I think I do want to get the Extrait one. I've never owned that one. So the Extrait is on my wish list. But I think this is a for life too. I will eventually repurchase it again in full size bottle. I do have the body silk, so maybe I need to start doing more of my layering with the body silk opposed to using up all my little juice. But it's no biggie. If I run out, I'll just buy another one. I'll get it again. So this was good. It was epic. I totally enjoyed it. I smelled so good. I had to actually re-shower, of course, when I got home. Where we went, it was very intimate, so I wasn't around a whole lot of people or anything like that. But to wash that off, I definitely had to get that off of me. And speaking of that, I can, you notice that I don't talk about fragrances that I wear at night or wear to bed, because I do not wear fragrances to bed. I try to get in bed as bland as I can. And I think it's just probably habit, and it's also what I feel that I need in order to keep my sinuses under control. If you get what I'm saying. For some reason, it's like, I don't know if your body, if the barometric pressure changes, or if it's affected with the altitude of your body, whether it's lying or if it's standing. I don't know the science behind it, you guys, but a lot of mornings I wake up with puffy eyes, head congestion and nasal congestion. So I have to treat my sinuses on a regular, in and out of season. So I have to do like a sinus rinse in the morning. I got to put eye patches on my eyes and all that good stuff. So wearing fragrances to bed, that would only probably exacerbate that situation that I have with my body that I just really have no control over. So you rarely will ever hear me mention fragrances at night. There are some special occasions where I might spritz on a little something like on the back of my neck, or use a body spray or something like that. But mostly I'm just going to bed with the soap or the products that I used in my bath or shower. So that's how that goes. But really enjoyed everything that I had on Sunday through Friday, and here I am today. doing content, and yes, I did spray on fragrance, and because it feels nice and breezy outside, I stepped outside of the garage for a brief moment earlier today, and it's nice outside. I don't think it's going to be any higher than like 85 degrees, but it was like 60 when I went out, and I am wearing Eilish by Billie Eilish. I fell all for this, and I'm just about out. So this is, I have a very small amount left, and it's so good, you guys. This fragrance, it has vanilla, it has red berries, it has cacao, it has some spicy notes, some sugar, and some tonka, and I think it has a hidden note of lavender, because I do smell the lavender. But this is so good. So I do need to repurchase this because I probably only have about 2 more uses. But of course, the bottle, the packaging is epic. I will definitely keep this little figurine once it's empty. So that's what I'm wearing today, you guys. I want to thank you for coming back to the channel. I appreciate you guys. If you have any additional questions about the things that I wore Sunday through today in current time, please leave those questions below in the comment section. If you have any recommendations or any enhancements to the things that I have shared, leave those in the comments below. Let me know what you wore. And I want to thank you. I know y'all get tired of me saying that, but I really, really mean it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. And do not forget, you, yes, you are great. Bye-bye.